straight from the soul with it. Yeah.
So rapper and former NBA player Master P was on the Jalen and Jacoby podcast on ESPN. And for those of you youngers out there who don't know who Master P is, bruh, he had a hit song back in the day called Bout It. You bout it? I'm bout it, bout it. If you bout it, we'll say you bout it, bout it. I represent with all the killers say third wall, kind of your projects, you gotta own that. It's a small hood, but it's all good. And Mr. Rogers ain't got up on my neighborhood. Real talk. That's one of my favorite tracks of all time, bro. And the movie was a classic as well. But anyway, he spoke about the Anthony Davis situation and being as though Master P has done a lot for the city of New Orleans and he's like an ambassador. He had some very strong words about the Anthony Davis situation. And here's what Master P had to say. They should have just let Anthony Davis leave the first time. I think that's just what it should have been. Now it's like this love and hate relationship. It's like being in a relationship to where now you know you're going to find somebody else, but you want to be with that person. It's not going to happen. This man is going to move on. He's ready to move on. Let him move on. You could have got 5 top young guys. We would have been good. So I just think we're going to have some changes happen on the executive side in the organization because I don't think they should have thought about it as much. I think they took it personal. So if you guys would like to see the full video, I would definitely leave a link in the description box. But I have to agree with Master P 100%. The exact same way I felt. And I said this before in the video that I think that the New Orleans Pelicans took this personal. I just kept hearing Jalen Rose on Get Up and all over ESPN repeating the same thing over and over, which it kind of feel like he didn't want the trade to happen really. But he was saying like, why would the Pelicans take all of the Lakers players? They already had Julius Randle, so that would be the 2017-2018 roster. I'm like, so what? Like, what difference does that make? Because once you have those players, you have the option to make a decision. That's just for one season, or if that, you could trade them at the deadline. With those players, you could either continue to develop them or you could ship them out and you could trade them. And I just think it's crazy that nobody brought this up about the organization. Just organizations in general, they always talk about how it's just business and it's just business. Then they turn around and take things personal. And I personally think they took this personal. And as I stated, if the Lakers couldn't get AD, then I thought that it would be best for them to just build with what they got and see what comes. I heard Stephen A say that the Pelicans would fire Dell Demps. And we all know that people talk, like, period. Like, they just talk. And I'm sure Stephen A got the inside scoop on that. But it's like at this point, why would the Pelicans fire Dell Demps if they kept AD anyway? It was said that if Dell Demps traded AD to the Lakers, he would get fired, but he ended up getting fired anyway. And to me, that doesn't make no sense. Like, it don't make no sense at all. So I kind of wonder if Dell Demps was leaning towards just going ahead and letting AD walk. Go ahead, let him be free and just trade him to the Lakers. But the Pelicans owners and staff got a whiff of it. They just figured they're not going to bow down and cater to the Lakers, being as though what Greg Popovich said and other people saying that they shouldn't bow down to the Lakers. I mean, it could also just be pressure from the front office, and it could have been the perception that there's this dysfunction in the organization. So Dell Demps could have just been a fall guy. I don't know. It's just really bad for Anthony Davis because one minute they want to sit him, then the next minute they want to play him. So it's all over the place. I think at this point, if I'm Anthony Davis, I would just sit out the rest of the season. You know, he tends to get injured a lot anyway, and he could be put in a position where he gets injured again trying to carry this team. We already know what Anthony Davis is capable of and what he can do, so it's really no point. Just stay in shape, just sit on the sideline and just wait till next year, because eventually the Pelicans will make a move there. They're going to trade you. Eventually, they're not going to just let you sit on the bench, have one of the best players in the game and just let you sit on the bench. And like I said, people are talking about the Lakers getting back in the trade talks with the New Orleans Pelicans this summer, but I just don't see it happening. I think if New Orleans was going to trade AD, it would have been at the deadline. But I'm talking about to the Lakers. It's like nothing changes at this point. You know the potential of these young guys, and it's not just the owners who take things personal, but the players, the fans take things personal as well. Because like I said, I would have gave up Brandon Ingram and Kyle Kuzma and first round picks, and people be like, why would you give up Kuz and why would you do that? But sometimes you have to give up something to get something. You have to roll the dice. It's not that you want to do it and you just feel like, oh, he's trash. No, it's just the fact that this is Anthony Davis and this is probably like the only chance that you would get to get him. It's not personal, it's just business. Anthony Davis would have been your future. Like, as fans and, you know, the media, you can't have it both ways. Going down the stretch of the last half of the season, you can't get mad at these young guys no more. Like, when they have bad games, you can't get upset at their development process, because this is what they're going to go through. When we lose and stuff, you can't say, oh, they needed to be traded and they need to go. No, because at the deadline, you felt that we were giving up too much and they shouldn't have been traded. So you can't have it both ways. So if they have bad games, you just have to deal with it, period. But Kuzma, in my opinion, has proven at this point, that he's better than Tatum. Ingram at this point has proven to me he's better than Brown. You can look at the numbers. People talk about Luke Walton, but look at the development of these young players. They talk about the Lakers' development, but Brandon Ingram is already on his second year, third year. You know, these players are averaging almost 20 points per game. Julius Randle, what he's going on to do, and he was doing that with the Lakers. He was playing great with the Lakers. Zubac was playing great with the Lakers. Josh Hart, he hasn't been as consistent as of late. So Luke Walton has done a great job at developing these talents, and then you have to bring in LeBron James, and it's a lot to deal with. If you want to talk picks, that's cool. You know, they might have better picks, but when you think about the Celtics, the 1 year rental, are the picks that the Celtics giving up, will it be the same amount that the Lakers were willing to give up? But at this point, I just don't see the Pelicans willing to trade him to the Lakers. And Boston's sales pitch to keep Kyrie Irving may be bringing in Anthony Davis. I think they're the favorites to get Anthony Davis. And now that I think about it, the league hate the Lakers that much that they traded Chris Paul to the Clippers, but not the Lakers. So it's something personal. Like I said, if Anthony Davis is traded to the Clippers, then like I said, that's just more proof it's something deeper going on.